Hey guys, so I'm back here with a story, and that story is about how I got my first tattoo. Now actually, I just got it last month in December, so I've only had it for roughly 7 to 8 weeks, but I am still really excited about it. So first off, I'm just gonna say, you may or may not know, in Korea it is technically illegal to give tattoos if you do not have a medical degree or a medical license, something like that, which I think is absolutely just a ridiculous and old law, and hopefully that'll change soon because I mean, just from when I first came here 6 years ago, I feel like I do see more people with tattoos. Not in my city, just because it's kind of like a new family business government city. But like in Seoul, I feel like you do see more people with tattoos. But anyway, yeah, it is illegal to give tattoos for pretty much every artist up there. So it's kind of a hard life, I think. But it's not illegal to get one per se, or it's not illegal to have one. So I decided I wanted a tattoo, and how I did it was when I finally had my design, which I will tell you about in a moment. I was already on this Facebook page called Inked Korea, which you can search for, and it's run by this woman named Chelsea, and she used to, live here, and she's got a lot of tattoos, and she's gotten tattoos here, and so now one of her businesses is she kind of acts as like a mediator. So I emailed her my design, I said the kind of style I wanted, and then she asks, you know, placement, where do you want it, how big do you want it, how much do you want to spend, and then she gave me 2 artists she thought I would like. It was kind of hard to choose, but I ended up going with this guy named Wonsuk. I will put his Instagram down below, but he hasn't updated in a few months, so that is too bad because he's very talented. So yes, this Facebook page, you can also search for Yo Pickles on Google. That's her site, and once you've kind of gone through what you want with her, and you do pay a fee, but it's very reasonable. It's only like $10 or $15. She'll help you set up an appointment. And then also she has some short videos, basically what to expect and just sort of etiquette and all that sort of thing when you're getting a tattoo here. So I'll tell you about my design very quickly. Well, kind of quickly. I'm not known for that. Last year I started listening to this podcast called My Brother and Me, and if you're a fan of podcasts, you've probably heard of it because it's pretty well known. It's been around a while. It's these 3 brothers, and they also do lots of other podcasts, but one of the ones they do is called The Adventure Zone, and it's a D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, real play podcast that they do with their dad, and they did it for about 3 years or like 2.5 years. Just this one campaign. And of course the whole thing was goofy, and it started out really goofy, and it's not safe for work, and it's not safe for children, by the way. But it was just funny, and the storytelling was really great, and of course because they're family they have good chemistry. But the thing was, like, midway through that campaign, like the story changed and it got very deep and emotional at times. It was still goofy. And then by the end of it, like the final episodes, I was so like emotionally involved in these characters. And the final episode, I definitely cried. Not like super hard, but I cried. And then when I subsequently listened to the whole thing again, because that's all I've been doing, not really, but I keep re-listening to it, I still get like teary and like just emotional at the finale. So I started joining like the Facebook fan groups and following them on Twitter. And on the Facebook group, this artist named Jonah, who I will link below and or off to the side here, posted his design for a character called the Voidfish, which is basically a jellyfish. If you don't know the story, just think like a big jellyfish. And I loved his design. I've always sort of wanted a tattoo, but I never saw a design where I thought 100% I want that as a tattoo. But I saw it, I'm like, this is beautiful and I would love to have this as a tattoo. So I contacted him, which is a good thing you should do, like do your best effort to contact artists if you want to use their designs for anything, of course, but for a tattoo also. And he gave me permission. Thanks, dude. So yeah, I set up my appointment with Wonseok. I went the first weekend in December to Seoul by myself. I probably could have invited a friend, but I decided to be big, brave girl and go by myself. It wasn't very hard to find the shop, but I mean, as I said, tattooing is kind of illegal here. And so you will occasionally see shops that do say tattoo on them, but generally there's no signage because, I mean, they don't want like anyone, you know, maybe ratting them out or whatever, getting fined. But I went in. Wonseok was very nice. My Korean isn't great and his English was okay, so luckily we communicated okay. His shop, very clean. I didn't have to worry about that because I trusted Chelsea to pick quality people. But very clean shop, very nice, very spacious. So he went over my design with me, like, this is what you want, this is how big you want it. We played with the text a little, but I went back to the original eventually. So then what he did is he printed it, he traced it, he put the tracing paper on my back and kind of just put like, I guess it'd be ink, so that an ink impression, so that he could go over that. The whole tattooing process took about 4 hours, like not including like the prep work, but like it took 4 hours just to do all of the work back here, which I'll show you shortly. I kind of expected it to take that long, but when you want quality, you gotta wait for it, and you gotta suffer a little bit because it does hurt. I heard like the shoulder is like one of the least painful places you can get, but tattooing still hurts a little bit. So I distracted myself by first, since this came from the Adventure Zone, I had a podcast playing. I had the podcast playing in 1 ear. I had 1 ear out, so that in case he had to tell me anything. And also I did ask, I'm like, is this okay? Because I figured maybe just in case he didn't like that, but he said it was okay. And I also was reading on my iPad because I wanted all the distraction I could get because I was so nervous. So I was listening to The Adventure Zone and reading Buffering, which is Hannah Hart's book, which I really recommend. I almost completely read that book in one go. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. There was only 2 moments where I'm just like, we need to stop. It kind of hurts. And you should tell the artist when that's happening for sure. We took a break halfway through, about 2 hours in, because I'm like, we need to stop. And then at the end, I didn't know he was almost finished, but I was making little noises like, like that. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, can we stop? And he's like, just like 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And it was, and it turned out so good, guys. So yes, this is Fisher, the void fish from the Adventure Zone. And I picked Wonseok because he's really good at this kind of watercolor look. And I think it healed pretty nice too. The colors are exactly what I wanted. It says Story Unsung because that's the name of the finale episodes, but it also is part of the story. And yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I think it was money and time well spent. So he got it. It's so right. It's expensive. It was expensive, but it was also what I kind of expected, because if you're gonna get a tattoo, don't get cheap quality. Like, you gotta pay money for a good tattoo. You gotta pay kind of a lot of money for a good tattoo. You're not just gonna pay like 50 bucks, especially one this size. I mean, it's about the size of my hand. Like I said, it took 4 hours, and he was just sitting there like doing like very delicate, intricate work. So, I mean, I'd say it was money well spent because I'm very pleased with the results. Yeah, so that's my tattoo story. I am actually just really excited to share with people because I did finally put it on social media, but I hadn't told my family. I don't know if my mom saw my post yet, so whatever. I'm an adult. But yeah, I just wanted to share my story because there might be people who live in Korea who want to get a tattoo. And if you have any questions, I mean, I can only kind of say from my one experience as a newbie. But if you want to ask any questions, feel free to leave them down below, or you can try on my Twitter, which I'll also leave down below. I mean, a more experienced person would be Chelsea. Go on the Inked Korea Facebook group or message her on her website, and she'll be able to answer many more questions than I could. But just, yeah. I really do recommend getting a tattoo if you're ready. Get a tattoo if you're ready and you really do want the design. There's so many talented artists. I would love to get like at least one more before I leave. I don't know if I'll get a chance to, but yeah, definitely go on Instagram and look for Korean tattoo artists because there's some very talented people out there. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.